Why are these here shops and trucks? So with my alternator, my alternator broke, right? And the bracket on the alternator itself actually broke. That aluminum piece. And when it broke, it flipped the because it's driven by the belt. So the pressure of the belt moved it forward. When it moved forward, it went on my harmonic balancer, and it scraped up the harmonic harmonic balancer. So I had to get that fixed, and I needed a new alternator. And because when it bent and it was still moving around by the belts, of course I had to get new belts. And then the bracket that attaches to the engine that holds it in place, that got damaged. So I had to get a new bracket for it. Plus the wires, the positive and the ground, popped. So I had to get a new wire harness for that. So it just wasn't replacing the alternator and that was gone. That was it. No. It was all that. And all that cost me $845.80 to do all that for the alternator. So what they did was, it's a salvage one exit up from the shop. I pass by it all the time. I was like, man, I need to go there and see what, because they got my type of trucks out there. They got every trucks out there, and they got cab overs. They got all old trucks out there. It's huge. It's huge, right? So what they did was they got a bracket off of another truck, another N14 that was out there in the salvage. So that used bracket cost me $50. And I was glad that they had a place that had the old stuff there, and those old engines still in the truck. It's like a U-Pull-It, Savage U-Pull-It for semi-trucks. And it's huge, man. So if y'all have any older trucks, man, they got stuff out there like from 2014 on down, man, on down. Huge, man, huge place. So they got a bracket off of there, and they put it on. Everything actually cost me a lot more money, right? Because I lost my load for yesterday, and that load paid me $2,100, right? That's this load right here, what I'm doing right now. So instead of doing 2 of these this week, I'm only could do 1 of these this week. So I'm lost on that load. And I lost a whole day because it took a whole day. The shop actually had 8 trucks in front of me. All right? Every shop around here had at least 10 trucks, 11 trucks. And I was calling from the time that I found that it happened, which was about 12 o'clock last night, calling every shop around this area. So the scenario wasn't going to be good no matter how I looked at it. It wasn't going to be good at all. It wasn't going to be good. So I was going to lose a day regardless. No matter where I went, I was going to lose a whole day. Right? So, but these are my regulars that I do. They was understanding, so that wasn't a problem. And then I lost my load for today, which was supposed to be send me back up. It just threw my whole week off being broke down this one time. So it really cost more than $845. Okay, so I got to see how I'm going to be able to do, because now I got to find 2 other loads that's going to generate me about $3,400. I need to find 2 loads that's going to generate me $3,400. Right? Basically $3,400. My this load right here, it pays me $2,100, and my other load that comes up to North Carolina pays me $1,250. So 13, what's that? $3,350. So I got to find me 2 loads that's going to generate that. So, you know, I make the same thing. So yeah, so lost a lot of money with this in one breakdown. But the shop that I went to, you know, I didn't been to them before, so they was kind of cool with some stuff. They really was. They was kind of cool with some stuff. Checking the pressures and stuff in my tires. But because I didn't been to them like 2-3 times before with some little stuff, you know, some oil changes and stuff, and like my hub seal and stuff, they was kind of cool. They was like, hey man, you know, we'll try to get you in. And they actually had in the shop, they was working on like 7 trucks in the shop, man. So they kind of like squeezed me in because I kind of know them, they know me, and they see me, you know, twice a week. For me deliver right across the street from them and stuff like this. I go there, use their bathroom sometimes while I'm waiting on the place to open up. So they say, you know, they kind of know me a little bit. I'm like I'm not gonna say a regular customer, but I'm a familiar customer with the guys, with Andrew and stuff. He's a real good guy, Andrew. So they was able to get me in, but nobody, man, nobody. They was like, hey, well, we're not going to even be able to see you until like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, what? You're like, man. And then it didn't make no sense to call the 24-hour roadside service because I needed an alternator and stuff. And the only place you're going to be able to get an alternator from at that time of night was the TA. And the only TA that had it at that time was like 100 miles away. And then they had one, but all these brackets and stuff, he wasn't going to be able to fix it because of the brackets. So he would have got me an alternator, but I needed the brackets and everything to hold the alternator. So it was a good move by me just waiting and taking it to the shop because all the other stuff that I needed. It was $845.80, but hey, that's how it was. So that was did it on. It's back up and running, and I got a brand new alternator. The type of bracket that they got can handle new alternators that bring inside of the Freightliners and stuff. So I didn't have to worry about going with a remanufactured alternator. I was able to go with a brand new one. The alternator that I had on before was a remanufactured alternator. Remember, they don't be brand new parts with this truck. They all be remanufactured parts, and the aluminum just could have been wore out, pretty much wore out. It couldn't handle the pressure and everything of it. So that's where I'm at with that. But all right, this preacher signing out. Don't hate on my Warner shirt. Like I told you, work shirt, man.